Well, follow the family finances. A Chinese American bank supplying Senate Republicans with records showing millions of dollars flowing from Chinese companies to the president's son, Hunter Biden, and his brother, James Biden. Member of the Foreign Relations Committee, Senator Ron Johnson, joins us now for more. Senator, so great to have you on this morning. So there was another batch of papers of, bank documents that came out that showed money going to Hunter, to Jim, to Beau Biden's widow, who Hunter was sleeping with at that time. So nobody in the media seemed to care about this. Joe Biden said they were lies. Is there anything more damning in this new batch that will have to get the media's attention, or do you expect them to ignore it just like the last batch?
Good morning, Rachel. Well, let's face it, Senator Grassley and I pretty well laid out the case against the grifting Biden family back in September of 2020 before the election. Our report was completely ignored by the media, just as they ignored the Hunter Biden laptop, because they're advocates for the left themselves. And so what we're finding out now is just new pieces of evidence of the grifts that the Biden family have been involved with. The bank records basically confirm what the Treasury records showed from Senator Grassley's and my report. I think what recently was reported on Fox is the trying to get into the sovereign wealth funds of like Ireland and some of these other countries. Our report shows something like a dozen different countries that Hunter Biden was, again, peddling the family name, trying to sell influence. But I think, the trying to tap into sovereign wealth funds, I think, is pretty revealing. Why would governments who own those sovereign wealth funds, why would they want to pay into the Biden family coffers, into the Biden family grift? Well, it's to gain influence. It's, who knows exactly how it might benefit from them. But the level of compromise of this president, I think, is just jaw-dropping. And maybe even more jaw-dropping is how the media, except for a few outlets like Fox News, is completely ignoring it. I guess they're okay with it.
Yeah, I guess they're hanging their hat on the fact that, okay, they say, well, Hunter's a bad figure. He did bad things, but can you connect it to Joe Biden? Have we been able to connect it to Joe Biden? Because I know Hunter was paying for things for his dad that I know I wouldn't pay for my dad, and mortgages and things like that. Is there any way to make these connections?
Yes. I mean, unfortunately, Senator Grassley and I ran out of time. That was toward the tail end of that Congress, and then we lost the majority, so we don't have the chairmanship anymore. But now the House does, and so certainly I'm encouraging James Comer and the House committees to subpoena the other bank records. I thought what was interesting is that Cathay Bank, I know they're denying any involvement with China, just like TikTok, but I thought it was rather revealing that they just handed over records to our Senate committees without any compulsory process. I think it'll require a subpoena process, a compulsory process on the part of the House to get the bank records and not only understand the inflow from different countries into the Biden family coffers, but then where, the outflow, where to go once it went into a bank controlled by Hunter Biden. Did it go down to the Cayman Islands somewhere, the Bahamas, or how did the big guy maybe get his 10%? That's what needs to be investigated. By the way, we handed all this over to U.S. Attorney Weiss. He's been sitting on our records now for months, probably evidence for years. Where's the U.S. Attorney's investigation into this as well? He's got stronger investigatory powers than certainly Congress does at this point in time.
Can you answer this question really, really fast? I do have to go. Why do you think that Cathay Bank gave the records so readily?
I think it's a shot across the bow.
To Joe
just
Biden?
Showing the Bidens, this is what we can do. This is the information we have.
Wow. Scary times. Senator Johnson, you've been right all along. You've been vindicated on so many levels. Thanks for joining us this morning.
Have a good day.
All right.
I'm Steve Ducey.
I'm Brian Kilmeade.
And I'm Ainsley Earhart. And click here to subscribe to the Fox News YouTube page to catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis.